washed your hair with shampoo, or perhaps even used their shaving cream. As far as girls go, how many have ever bought makeup from L'Oreal, Avon, or Clinique? Well, some of you may not know that these products use animal testing during the development. Many products are tested on animals, but many people are unaware of how many popular companies do this. Today, I will be explaining why animal testing is wrong, and that because there are other options available, animal testing should be banned. I am going to give examples of torturous animal testing, then explain the effects of these tests, and lastly state the alternatives to animal testing. There are several different types of animal testing. They range from poisoning, mutilation, disease, and the killing of animals. The following examples of animal tests were taken from the American Anti-Vivisection Society's website. Eye irritancy, also known as the Drey's Eyes Test, was developed by Dr. John Drey's. It assesses eye irritation caused by various chemicals. During this test, a substance is placed in one eye of the animal as the other serves as the control. The animals are violently restrained in harnesses, which prevents them from responding to the irritation naturally. The test causes effects to major tissues of the eye, and the researchers evaluate the response after a period of time. Animals suffer bleeding, ulcers, and blindness during the period in which they are being evaluated, and upon completion of this test, the animals are killed. Unfortunately, animals die as a result from many other forms of testing, two being skin corrosivity and skin sensitization, which are used to determine whether a chemical can cause an allergic reaction. Some animals, such as guinea pigs, are tested by applying a chemical onto the surface of their shaved skin or by injecting it under the surface. To produce results, multiple doses are applied or injected. These methods are not consistent with the human use of chemical or the human reaction, and do not produce effective results. Another similar test is called repeated dose toxicity, which is used on rodents and dogs. By injecting the chemical substances into these animals, researchers can see what amounts of these chemicals are required to create toxic effects. Larger amounts are usually injected to evaluate chronic toxic effects on organ systems, which can kill the animals if they are not killed after the experiment. All of the types of testing I've mentioned are very inhumane because these animals can experience pain too. However, there are other reasons why animal testing is wrong. We do not usually experiment these types of products on humans because we have the inherent right to live. However, animals also possess this right, and we therefore should not test on animals. The reactions of these animals to the testing, such as blindness and severe irritation, show how wrong it really is. While mice, rabbits, rats, cats, and dogs are locked inside dark, cold cages, they sit in pain as a result from these tests or because of the fear for the next procedure to come. According to PETA, or People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, the stress, sterility, and boredom causes some animals to develop neurotic behaviors, such as spinning in circles, rocking back and forth, or even pulling out the hair or biting on their skin. As a result of these conditions, or from these tests, more than 1 million animals are killed as a result of cruel chemical drug, cosmetic tests, and curiosity-driven medical experiments. The government is considered to be wasting their money on these experiments, and they could spend money on experiments that are more relevant to humans. Several other alternatives that the government can invest in are in vitro cell culture techniques and silico computer simulation. As stated by the Johns Hopkins Center for Alternatives to Animal Testing, these alternatives strive to advance the use of more humane science and biomedical research by using these responsible tests and education because it's the right thing to do. These two alternatives prove to be the most successful because they are most similar to the human conditions. The cell culture is proved to be the most successful because human cells can be cultured or created and then be tested and therefore don't inflict pain on animals. The other form, which is computer simulation, has been constructed to model all the major body systems. According to an article explaining computer simulation, these simulations portray events of the body such as hemorrhaging, fractures, and chemical reactions. In conclusion, I hope you now have a better understanding of how harmful animal testing is, different methods of testing, and how these alternatives can eliminate animal testing. Animals cannot stand up for themselves, so we need to be more aware